Greeting everyone. I previously talked about part 3, whose topic was on the describe about family members we like most, and we are now starting part 3. Topic is on the family similarities. The first question is: in what ways can people in a family be similar to each other? The question is good. I believe our genetics and DNA have a great role in determining what we look like and how we behave. Since members from a family share the same genetic codes, they are often very similar to each other in look and behavior. In my opinion, our upbringing often shapes our characters and habits, and it's no surprise that a baby turns out to be more like his parents than others. We usually look like our parents, feel exactly the same way when faced with challenges, and take similar decisions as a family member. As a shared family value often teaches us to stick together and become more like the rest of the family in our acts and thought. However, this doesn't mean that all of them are strictly similar, as I have seen many people who are a polar opposite to the rest of their family. And the next question is: do you think that daughters are always more similar to mothers than to male relatives? Why? And what about sons and fathers? I believe there is a 50% chance that a daughter would like her mother if we consider how the genetic could impact the way we look. However, a girl spends more time with her mother, especially in her adolescence and youth, and thus acquire more of her qualities, and due to this end up being more similar to her mother. On the other hand, as son, we oftentimes follow his father and mimic many of his behaviors. Usually, I would like the father and want to become like him. However, there are many expectations, and I can recall many boys I know about are more like their mothers, while many daughters are greatly influenced by their father. One of my cousins, Bella, looks like her father, and she has more similar to her father than her mother. This is my answer, and I named Bella. It's not a real person. I supposed it. And the next question is: do you think that daughters are always more similar to mothers than to male relatives? Sorry. The next question is: in terms of personality, are people more influenced by their family or by their friends? In what ways? This question is too much familiar with me. I believe the family has a greater influence than friends in shaping someone's personality and character. Since we spend more time with family and often learn from them in our childhood, our core personality is formed by the influence of our family. Our shared DNA also influences us to be more like our family than our friends. However, as we grow up and start spending time with friends, we often tend to follow them and acquire some of their good and bad habits, which further mold our characters. And the next question is on the discussion topic of genetic research. Where can people in your country get information about genetic research? This is fantastic questions. I think the internet is the primary source of information related to genetic research in our country. We have two genetic research centers, and they provide useful information on our website. Apart from that, the Science and Information Technology Ministry offers the latest findings on genetic engineering on its website and publications. Someone with a proper channel can get more information from a few public universities that also work in this field. And the next question is: how do people in your country feel about genetic research? Definitely good. I think the feelings are mixed. Some people with progressive mentality wholeheartedly welcome it, while a few others believe that genetic research is unethical and should not be carried out. I personally think that we need to enhance our genetic research facility, as it could bring an unparalleled breakthrough in identifying risks of health problems and then fighting unpreventable diseases like cancers. It can also be answered to increasing food demands. And the last question is: should this research be funded by government or private companies? If yes, then why? I believe the government should fund and carry out research. Private companies often invest a huge sum of money in research and development, let's say R&D, and use outcome to make even bigger profit from it. Thus, this research is often subject to business interest than the benefit of mass people. The government, on the contrary, can be more transparent in carrying out research and use the result of such research to change the fate of the ordinary people. And we finish the part 3 as well. And this is the speaking test. Thank you everyone for listening me.